Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. So, it's raining outside. I thought I would just explain that in case anybody starts to say, do you hear that noise? Yeah, it's raining outside and I got my window open because it's nice. Enjoying the nice cool air. I am in Texas, so pretty soon the Texas heat is going to try to kill us all. So I am enjoying the Texas weather when I can. Woo, you hear that? If power goes out, I'll edit it out, but I just thought, hey, how fitting is that? Tornadoes and whatnot, Wizard of Oz, yeah, pretty cool, right? I mean, there's no tornado, so it's not like I'm being real flippant during the storm. It's just that it's raining, and I just thought it was neat, kind of like I said, appropriate that I'm doing this one. And I'm excited to do this one too because I was trying to think of what to do. Well, okay, so here's the thing. If you sit along and listen to me ramble, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this for a little bit. Sometimes I know it's not everybody's choice. Not everybody wants to draw Dorothy. Not everybody wants to draw Wizard of Oz and stuff like that. But the thing is, I need to try to make more stuff available to other people that don't just want to draw Star Wars, you know. Again, nothing against that, because I love it myself. Drawing Star Wars characters is all I do all day long anyway, right? So might as well have some fun and draw with you guys. Well, again, I want to offer more to people that want to draw more than that. So what I usually say is try this anyway, you know. Get a little something under your belt that's more than just Star Wars. In other words, draw the female figure. Draw, a character holding her, what I'm going to do now, the basket, the little tiny basket that she's got. And I'm not drawing the Toto or anything, I'm just drawing the basket. But again, just draw something that you don't normally draw. And so that's why if you're watching, hopefully you're drawing, but if not, give it a shot. You know, try something new. If nothing else, it's a practice at human anatomy, and that's always good because at some point you're going to need to have to draw other things. Again, besides just Star Wars. Trust me, I know. And here's the other thing too. I'm not saying it like it's a negative thing, like, oh, you got to draw more than Star Wars. I know, because I would draw Star Wars all day long, and eventually it came time to, well, someone needed something, and it can't look like Star Wars, you know what I mean? So it doesn't hurt to try different stuff and see where you can go. So if nothing else, like I said, this is great practice. That's how I look at it. So, you know, maybe you don't. Maybe you just enjoy listening to me talk. Why not? Who doesn't? But, if nothing else, like I said, just take the time to try something new, or just let's talk about Wizard of Oz. I'm going to go ahead and draw the ruby slippers. I mean, you got to, right? Ooh, you know what I can't wait to talk about? Cinderella. I did my research. I checked out the old fable because I'm doing it because it is an old fable, not just Disney stuff, you know. And doing the research, oh my gosh, that original storyline, crazy. I can't wait to talk about that. don't think I really have much to talk about for, ooh, you hear that? For Wizard of Oz. There's not much in research I really did besides looking at character pictures, or, you know, costume pictures. Although it was really neat to do the Wicked Witch, because her costume has a lot of awesome detail that you can't really see because it's all black. You know, it's all pretty much the same color costume, or same color of material. And so I thought it was really neat that that's what they went with, and it was subtle. But if you looked at the actual material and everything they did, man, it's got such cool puffy sleeves and these cool stripy things all over it. Man, it's awesome. And so I just thought it was great. You know, that's really all I can say about that. It's just the design, that the effort that was put into it to make it beautiful was worth it. And also I appreciate the effort that costume designers put into this kind of thing. You know, it's like someone is getting paid to design all this stuff, and I really want to acknowledge and appreciate that they are behind the scenes working hard as well. Because I've always said that if I could ever do one thing for a living and be good at it, obviously, I mean, we can all do something, doesn't mean you're good. Be good at it would be working behind the scenes in concept design. And I just love that there's people who do this stuff, put it together, come up with ideas and work on it, and you never even know about them. You never see them. I do, because I follow them on social media, or I love watching behind the scenes stuff, which they don't show as much anymore. But when you used to buy DVDs, there's all kinds of behind the scenes extras and stuff like that you got to talk about or see the concept designers do their stuff, do their work. And like concept designers, there's people behind the scenes that put the costumes together, and like I said, I really appreciate that people do that. And that's also why they have those awards, Academy Awards, because, you know, a lot of people appreciate it. But anyway, I just love the hard work they put into it, and it's amazing work and that kind of stuff. And that's why I try to do my research and say, okay, well, someone did this, and this is what they came up with, you know. So I try to do it as do a good job as I can representing the concept art, the costumes and things like that went into the design of you know, different movies, characters, and things like that. And I can already tell just from my sketch alone, I'm following my same theory of I can't draw likenesses. I can, I just don't have time to figure it out to do it right now. It's like we're just gonna get close to a cosplay person dressed up as Dorothy, because yeah, not gonna happen. I mean, again, I probably could, but there's no time. I got to get this done within 30 minutes. You know, I'm trying to do it fast. So that's all that's going to happen. But it looks good. I'm not complaining. It looks really good. I'm happy with it. So I say we switch over to Sharpie and get going. Let me erase some of these sketch lines real fast, because I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line. And what I normally do is I just throw the first few lines, my sketch lines, for placement. I get the positioning, make sure we're on screen, and then as I'm confident with those lines, I start pressing harder. So then that comes the confidence lines. So now when I'm erasing, I'm just lightly erasing so the sketch will disappear, but I'm not pressing hard enough to make the confidence lines disappear. So we're going to get rid of our sketchiness, keep our confidence, and that's how you're going to live your life. You will go far, do many amazing things, and I'll be right there at the end with you to high five and say good job. Okay, I'm ready to go. I think I could see enough, but enough has disappeared. So I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Wizard of Oz, check out that playlist right there, or just check out the playlist in general because I do so many that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So just check it out, see what you're going to do, and if not, give me a request and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so I'm going to jump right in and draw a likeness, but not her character, not, what is her name? Judy Garland. I can't draw likenesses. I've already talked about this. Let's just go. So, eyebrow, top of the lid. Top of the lid of the eye is what I'm drawing here, okay? And then I'm going to draw the retina, the color part. Something like this. Ooh, that's a little big, but I'll live with it. I'll live with it. I'm going to come in here and hit the pupil just a little bit like that. I'm just dabbing it just a little bit on mine because this is so tiny it'll start to bleed. So I'm going to limit my stroke lines here. For the bottom of the eye, again, it'll bleed. So rather than go all the way, I just kind of come in just a little bit like that on each side just to kind of show that it's going down and letting the iris, the pupil, imply that there's a bottom edge, and then color will take care of more, but that's all I'm going to do. But also I like to add just a little bit of eyelash here on the end, again just to kind of give it a beautiful let's say female eye, but not even female eye, just a beautiful eye. That's it. But see, I'm keeping it simple, just because I don't want to bleed it with this Sharpie. So for the eyebrow, we're just going to come over, keep that simple too. Not too thick, not too thin, because I mean this was a long time ago before it was about let's make a big bushy eyebrows or nice and thin from the 90s or whenever that is. You know, this is back when that stuff wasn't done. So I'm keeping it super simple. Now, for the bridge of the nose, all that's kind of contoured and flows that there's not a lot of hard edges. I can kind of do like this, but that's it. I want to do more with color than I do with a hard Sharpie edge like that. So that's all I'm going to do there, and I'm going to come down here to the nose. And for the nose, I'm going to draw the nostrils like this a little bit. Again, I want to draw the bulb and that kind of stuff and highlight, but I think it would be better with color because, again, that's more of a smooth contour than a hard edge like the bottom of the nose or the eye, you know what I mean? For the mouth, let's just draw like this, the slit, and then the lips on top of it. So, let's see. Kind of come up a little bit like that and then come down. Then I'm going to draw a nice big plump bottom lip. Come back in like that. See how that doesn't look like Judy Garland? Exactly. I'm drawing as close as I can of a person that I just consider wearing cosplay, right? It's as good as I can do. Now, I'm going to start to thicken up some of my lines because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I try to make it look, you know, as close to this as I know it's going to get. So just bear with me. You don't have to thicken it up if you don't want to. I'm just explaining to you why I draw, how I draw. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and draw her jawline. Plus, sometimes it helps me hide a few things, like if I made a mistake. I can thicken up certain parts, thin up certain other parts, you know. So it helps me when I'm using a Sharpie like this. If you're using pencil, you probably don't need it. You can erase, you know. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to her cheekbones. I'm still cute. I'm trying to keep kind of a more round, plump face because she was, what, like 17? Just a young 17-year-old girl. Doesn't have hard, you know, adult cut edge lines. More plump Plump Face. Hey, Plump Face, what's going on? Here her ear is, but also that's where there's some hair coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of come up like this. Same thing over here. And then I'm going to start to do the hairline. But again, I want to do the ear like this. But I'm going to have hair around it. Let's see, I guess I can do her hair is going to be, yeah, her hair is pulled back. So I take it back. I'm going to draw the ear like that. Okay. Okay, looks good to me. Now, her hair is split down the middle and braided, so I'm just gonna kind of say that's where I want to do it. And I'm trying to keep it from being just a hard edge, you know? At this point, this tiny, it really is. It's a hard edge, but I'm trying to keep it, I want it to look like it's growing out of her head, not a hat of hair. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to draw a part like this. And then I'm going to pull it in the back, because it's not all the way to the back, right? Now, her hair is, let's just draw. I don't know why I'm trying to explain to you. Why don't I just draw instead of trying to explain, right? It's like, be quiet, old man, and draw. You know, it's like you're trying to say, well, what if it's like this? Why don't you just show us? Just draw, old man. Stop trying to explain when you got the perfect tool to explain. Your pencil. Just draw. Sorry. Sometimes I just kind of get on a rant. And I want our hair to look like it's like pulled back, you know? Because again, I want it to look like it's braided going towards the back of her head. And, like I said, I'm thickening my ends up. And again, you don't have to. Just because it's how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between, right? Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, so the hair is coming down into braids. Or I guess not even braids, right? Like pigtails, right? That's what they're doing. Let's see, and I want this one down here. Looks good to me. All right, let's draw the ribbons so I don't accidentally draw through them. Because I want it to look like it's separating the hair, right? Like it's binding the hair, so I don't want to draw through. I don't want lines going through. So that helps to do that. I'm going to draw the hair, then I'll come back and do the bow part of the ribbon. So I know, like this one, here we'll do this. I just did the opposite of what I just told you I was going to do. I said I'm going to come back and draw the hair, then draw the bow, but I remembered that I want this bow to be over the hair, right? This one we can do off to the side because we don't want to make them exactly the same. I mean, we do, but we don't. It would help if we change it up a bit and try to make them a little different. So that's why I wanted this one. And now I'm going to draw the hair. So this one, I'm going to say the hair is coming out like this. Right? The other end of it like this. And so that's what I'm saying. See, I wanted it underneath that bow. Oof. Not bad, not bad. Let's do this one here. Do a little different. You gotta mix it up. Try to make it a little different every time, just to give it more life. Because if you draw the same way on each side, I mean, it'll still work. No one's gonna say, "What is that?" But if we break it up a little, you know, add a little bit of as the French say, a little different, but in French, it mixes it up. It makes it a little different. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to switch over to the other Sharpie now, so I'm going to draw her neck coming down. Now see how thick this is? That's what I'm talking about, a little bit. Her collar is going to be over like this. And let me draw this for the collar. Let me come back in and add just a little bit of little edge right there. Okay, so her suspenders, oh, it's not even suspenders. It's like a dress that has suspender straps going over. So her shoulders are here. You can't see the straps because of the hair. So, but I want them in front. So I'm going to say they're coming through down like this. Make sure don't draw through the hair. This one, same thing, is coming down like this. Like that. And so now that gives me a place for some of these things that I'm drawing. So the edge of her skirt, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you, well, let me do the shoulder, because I got the shoulder in front of all this. It's going across like this, and the shoulder, a little poofy on the sleeve, coming in like that. But it's in front of her body here. So that's why I wanted to do that first. So now I can do her body to the edge of the skirt like that. Let me show you some detail real fast. Oh, like this. Need a button here, button there. And I want to add just a little bit of creases and folds, because that's kind of the beauty of this costume, is all kinds of awesome folds in this design. I mean, it's ridiculous how good it is. You know, how much wrinkles and folds are in there, and you can have a lot of fun drawing them. But you got to be careful too, because see, I've already drawn like too many, and so it's gonna look strange. It's crazy. It's a real detail. Like same thing here, like her shirt has got something like that too. It's a real detail, but you put too many and it looks a little off. Strange, right? It's kind of like when you draw a hand. You see it every day. So if you draw it wrong, you can tell. Okay, so let me draw. She's kind of turned, so this arm is in front of the body's in front of this arm. So I'm going to come in here with her chest down to her waist, like that. Again, just to give you an idea of where we're going to be. All right, so I'm going to draw her arm over here. Same thing, a little bit of a poofy sleeve to the cinched little armband there. Not even an armband, so what would you call that? Yeah, that's what I'd call it too. All right, okay, so I like that for her shirt. Her arm's going to keep it super simple. It's just arm, right? This one's just kind of out doing this. This one's going to be holding the basket. So I'm going to follow her arm. There's their armor, shoulder. There's her shoulder to her bicep coming through here to the forearm to the wrist. Same thing. There's the elbow to the other side of her. A little thin. I probably did a little too thin, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm going to draw her thumb out like this. And I probably, see, that's the downside of working with Sharpies like this. Sometimes you got to give a little because it's bled way too much. But I'm okay with just going where this takes us now. And so basically I've got our hand doing that, okay? So I'm going to draw first finger like this, the index finger, and the rest are kind of behind that. So I'm going to draw the middle finger a little bit higher, a little more extended. The other ones are kind of so far behind that all you can really see is the pinky, like that. So she's kind of doing this. Okay, now see how you can barely see this? With this size of Sharpie and how much is in there, I'm not even going to draw it. I'm just going to leave it like that and say that gets the point across. No one's going to come at this drawing and look at me and say, what's that at the end of her arm? It's the hand, you know? So I am good with that. So same thing with this one over here. It's just going to come down, shoulder, bicep, elbow, forearm to the wrist. Same thing here. I try not to go as thin as I did there, but again, hey, it's flare, dramatic flare, you know. This one, all you can really see is the basket, because this is going to be the handle all big like this. So all you're seeing is this part of the hand. You can't really see any detail. So don't worry too much about that. And then we're going to draw the basket handle. This. So again, see, a lot of it is just covered up by the basket, so I'm not too worried about whether you can really see it or not. It would be nice if I could add more detail, but this is the pose I chose, so I'm sticking with it. Alright, so for the basket, I'm keeping it super simple. I'm not getting too crazy on it, just drawing a basket. So we're going to say the edges of it is right here, coming out like this. Again, no one's going to look at this and say, well, what is that? It's a basket. Right? Super simple. You can draw the weaving in there, but ooh, I'd probably do that with color. I'm not even going to mess with that right now. Okay, so now, super simple, we're just going to draw the dress. So I'm following, I sketched out the body, so now I'm just following the contours. Out like this. Same thing, they come out this way. Out like that. Now we're going to draw some of the flow of the bottom part. It's coming in. Okay, so something like that. Again, there's lots of creases and flow, but we don't want to draw all of them, just some of them. So I'm going to draw like that, maybe that, do this one there. And so there's a lot here too, so just kind of like that. I want to draw them, but I think if I do, it's gonna stand out way too much, you know? Like that. So I'll let color take care of more of that, but it's same thing. It's there, but if I were to draw them right now, it might look a little strange. Okay, so legs, super simple. Anatomy, that's all it is. Coming down here, there's the thigh to the knee. There's the shin to the sock. Back of the leg to the ankle of the sock, like that. I'm gonna draw the old infamous slipper. Probably a little more pointed than I needed it to be, but that's okay. So I'm going to, well, I'm gonna make a slipper, that's why. Like that. We'll draw a little detail in the sock. I mean, that's the other thing about this too. There's not a lot of crazy detail. But we know she got socks on, so we can at least do that, right? Okay, same thing over here. This one is more pointed out this way. So, bringing the leg down like this. It's a sock. Sock. Here's the front toe. That one's not going to cost you a thing either. That's a free toe. Alright, there's the front of the slipper. I guess I'll do the sock like I did over there, and then just add a little bit of sock detail. But I think that's about it. That's all we can really do. Because, yeah, let's just take care of the rest with color. So that is Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.